This is set to come out of the oil right now. So this is all the egg rolls that we have now. Hey besties, welcome back again to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I made these delicious egg rolls. Okay, you can use this recipe for commercial purpose or you can use it for your own use. Just keep on watching. It's crunchy on the outside and it's soft on the inside and perfectly cooked. So these are the things we'll be using now. I have the boiled eggs. Okay, so these eggs have been boiled to perfection. Okay, we're going to set it aside and peel it. I have 8 eggs here, so this recipe will give you 8 large egg rolls. So I have my flour. This is 500 grams of flour. I have extra flour, 1 cup. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this as we go. I have my sugar, which is 80 grams of sugar. I have my butter or margarine. This is margarine. You can use butter, which makes it taste better, but if you're using it for commercial purpose, you want to use margarine, 50 grams, or you can use vegetable oil, 40 grams. I have my nutmeg, cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, skip it. I'm doing this for the house, so I love cinnamon. I have my cinnamon, I have my salt, half teaspoon of salt, and my nutmeg, half teaspoon of nutmeg, half teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon of salt. I have my flavor here. This is super milk flavor, okay? And I have my water. So this is 280 grams of water. So it's time for us to peel the eggs. So the first thing we're going to do now, you need like a bowl. You can use a plastic bowl or you use this bowl. We're just going to go ahead and add in our flour. Now we're going to add in our nutmeg, cinnamon, and salt. So we're going to add in our baking powder. And this is half tablespoon of baking powder, which is 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. Combine that and then add in your margarine. Remember that you can use oil. It's perfectly the same thing. When you're using oil, just use 40 grams of oil for this recipe. You can double the recipe. Help me remove my ring, please. Thank you. Okay, so you can double the recipe or you can double this recipe, you can triple it. If you want to make about 48 pieces of egg rolls, large size like this, you will need 1 pint of flour, so which is 3 kg of flour. So I'll try to put the measurement in the description box. Okay, or if you don't find the measurement there and you want to make like bulk quantity, you can let me know, but I'll try my best to put it in the description box. So all I'm doing is just to crumble this. Okay, this shouldn't take a long time. Okay, you don't even have to crumble it till it's very smooth. So the next thing we're going to do now is to add in the water. Okay, we're not using whole eggs here, and I'm just going to add in the flavor. So we're using half teaspoon of flavor of super milk. If you have your powdered flavors, you can go ahead and use that. So what we want to do now is to mix this together, combine everything together. Remember that we are using 280 grams of water. Okay, so for the water, you really don't need an accurate measurement. The consistency is what you should really focus on. Okay, so just go ahead and knead it. If you have a mixer, now if you're going into bulk egg roll, you might need a mixer or you can get someone to help you mix it. Okay, and what you want to do is to knead it. You just want the flour and the dough to get combined together. Okay, if you are making use of vegetable oil, just bear in mind that your mixture is going to be slightly softer than this, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so for this one where we're using margarine or butter, you can also melt your margarine halfway or melt your butter halfway. Okay, the only reason why I prefer to use margarine or butter is because the taste is slightly different. I kind of prefer the taste of oil. But if you are going into commercial egg roll, okay, and you want to save some money, want to save some cost, then you can use oil. Okay, just make sure you're using a good brand of oil, and then you use a good flavor. That's all you want to do. So I can transfer this now to my workstation, which is not compulsory. Okay, all I want to do is to knead it. Okay, so I'm just going to knead it. It's not actually necessary that you knead it till it's completely smooth, but you just want to knead it to make sure that all the ingredients is thoroughly combined. Okay, just knead it. And then what you are looking for is just the you are looking for a sticky dough like this. This is what you're looking for, a sticky dough. Okay, a sticky dough, and a dough that is stretching. Okay, you can see it's sticky and it's stretching. So that's what you want to go ahead and do. Now, kneading is optional. You really don't have to knead it. But if you want to have a smooth egg roll, okay, you don't want a rough looking egg roll. Okay, if you want to have a smooth egg roll, try your best to knead like this. And you don't have to knead on your tabletop. Imagine you are making about 200 pieces of egg roll. You don't have that time to be kneading on your tabletop, except you have a mixer, an industrial mixer. Please keep quiet, children. I'm filming. Please ignore my children in the background. So they're trying to be obedient boys by keeping quiet. Okay. So now that we've, you know, kneaded this and the dough is stretching, you can see it's stretching. You don't need egg for this recipe. It's perfectly fine like this. Okay. So let me give you an extra tip. This recipe works perfectly well for buns. Okay, it works perfectly well for buns. The only thing is that you don't need to knead your buns. Okay, it's because we are making egg roll, that's why we are kneading it. So you don't need to knead it. So we are done kneading. We're going to go ahead and measure. The next thing is to measure out 100 grams each of the dough. So you just want to dip your hand into the flour and cut out. Okay, so we are measuring 100 grams. Okay, we're almost there. So that's okay. So we have 100 grams. I'm just going to drop it. Dip your hand in the flour again, and then measure out 100 grams again. 102 is also fine. Okay. If you're still watching this video up to this point, thank you so much. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and even share with friends and families. I thought I put the video on. I thought I put it on normal video. I didn't know I put it on time lapse. So everything I said apparently had gone. But we've already molded 4. We've molded 4. So I have 4 to go. So I'll show you how to do it. You dip your hands in flour or rub some flour on your palm, and then go ahead and just go ahead and flatten your dough. Okay. Well, after flattening your dough, you take your egg, medium-sized egg or small egg, and then start to bring your hands upwards like this. Start to bring it upwards. Okay. This method, we are not pinching out the dough. There's no need for that. Okay, just bring it upwards, and then you want to seal it. See, so when you get to this point, slam it on your palm like this. When you slam it on your palm, because the dough is flexible, it will seal up and you will not have any opening. Okay, and then you dip your hands in your flour again and just go ahead and mold it into a ball shape. Okay, you can see what we have now. Go ahead and mold it into a ball shape. Okay, so you have your perfectly molded, perfectly formed egg roll, and you place it down. It's better for you to roll about 4 to 5 as you go. The amount you're going to put into your
Just
medium
make sure you dip your hand in
heat
the flour
oil,
again.
it's better you do that. But for the purpose of
Okay,
this
I'm
video,
facing it
I'll just
upwards like
roll
this,
the 8 of
since we are
them
bringing up
down.
our
Okay,
hands
since I'm
upwards.
working fast, so
Okay,
flatten the dough.
so I'm facing it upwards in this direction, and you just want to bring everything to the middle. Remember, we are not pinching. This recipe or this method, you can also pinch, but there's no need because we've measured out our dough. Okay, and if you don't have a measuring scale, just eyeball it. Okay, this dough actually gives you 9 portions. So if you don't have a measuring scale, you can go ahead and just slam it. If you are seeing any opening, slam it on your palm without some flour, and the opening will close. Okay, then go ahead and get some flour on your palm, and then mold this. Mold it in a circular motion. I'm going to show you everything we fried at the end of the video. So let's do this once more. Rub some flour in your palms. Spread your dough. Okay, just spread it open like this. Rub some flour in your palms again. Place it there. Okay, now wrap it upwards. Wrap it upwards. If you were to pinch out of this dough, what you will do is to take it up to the top. Take everything up to the top. If you prefer to pinch out, if it's faster for you, take everything up to the top, to the middle, and then twist it. Twist and just cut a little. But I'm not actually pinching. Okay, you twist, and then that's how you seal your egg roll. So if you have any opening, you pinch and slam on your palm before adding your flour, and then you go ahead and add your flour to your palm, and then mold it. Okay, you mold it. Okay, until it's perfectly shaped. Okay, if you don't mold your egg roll properly, it will come out deformed. Okay, so it's time for us to fry our egg roll. I've been preheating my oil, and we're going to fry on medium heat. So let's get into the kitchen. Don't bother yourself if you think, oh, it has deformed or the shape has changed. Before you add it into your oil, you will remold it gently or slightly. So let's go into the kitchen. You need a deep pan. This is a small pan that can take about 5 at a go. So I'm using about 1.5 liters of oil. If you're using a bigger pan, make sure it's deep and you So when
increase
you
the
pick it
amount
up,
of oil. The
just have
oil
some
is
flour
supposed
in
to
your
cover
palm
the
and
egg
remold it.
rolls.
Remold it like this. Okay, now grab this and then drop it into your oil. Once you drop it into your oil, you move it a bit. Okay, the oil has to be on medium heat. Dip your hand into the flour again, pick up one of the egg rolls, hold it like this. You can drop it into your oil like that, or you just put it on your spoon and drop it into your oil, and make sure you move it around so that it does not burn. Okay, make sure your heat is on medium. You don't want your heat to be too high. And then repeat the same thing. Pick it up gently, remold it again. Okay, so if you are doing this for business, you just want to go ahead and mold as you're doing. Just mold. It doesn't take long to mold. Okay, so you can just mold it afresh. Okay, and drop it into your oil. Now don't overcrowd your oil. Don't overcrowd your oil. So if you don't move it on time, it will have these brown patches. But if you move it immediately, you move, if you are fast enough with your moving it around, it won't have any dark patches. Okay, you'll have something this beautiful. Okay, so just make sure it doesn't sit for too long in the oil. Just move it, and that also helps it to maintain a round shape. In no time it will float up. So this oil can take about 4. Okay, it can take about 4. Once you pick it up from the tray, it's going to be like this, but there's no issue. Just move it around gradually. If you pick it up and you can see your eggs, then you just remold it a bit and then drop it in your oil. This even gives it a pattern. Just drop it in your oil and then try to move your egg roll around. You can see that your egg roll is not going to break or open in the oil. You can see. And as long as your heat is not too high, you will not have any egg roll that will be uncooked inside. It won't be raw on the inside. Okay, so don't let it sit for too long before you start to move it. Just move it around so that you can have a perfectly rounded egg roll. It's as simple as that. You need to move it around so that it can cook evenly. Okay, so I'm just putting 4. I can put 5, but because I have just 8 pieces of eggs, this recipe makes 9. But I want to also show you how you can use the same batter for your you can use it for your buns. Okay, so if you want to go into the business of egg roll and buns, even for fish roll, you can use this same batter for your fish roll. But I don't have fish at home at the moment, so I'll just show you how you can use this same batter for your buns. Okay, you can see our perfectly fried egg roll. It's beautiful, the shape is fine, it's smooth, it's not ugly looking. It's fine, it's tasty, it's yummy, it's everything, it's giving. Let me know, guys, if you're going to try out this recipe. It's super easy from start to finish. I mean, I believe in 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes you should be done. You can make this for your kiddies parties, you can make it for your children. My children love egg rolls. In fact, I don't know why I've not made egg roll video ever since. I've known how to make egg rolls for the longest. Egg rolls, fish, anything pastries. You can call me the queen of pastries. Okay, so now if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for coming and joining. You're very much welcome. Please become a member of this family. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, to all my old subscribers, my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to support my videos by watching, liking, sharing, commenting. God bless you. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this egg roll. It's perfectly fried, no opening, it's beautiful, no cracking, it's not looking ugly, it's perfect. I've taught several people how to do this. Anybody can do it. Okay, you can teach someone to do this and it can be a side also for you. If you're a baker, you can also add this to the services that you render. Okay, if you have a shop, you want to consider making things like puff puff, egg rolls, fish rolls, and the likes, or all those pastries that you can sell early in the morning. I mean, the business is very, very, very lucrative. You do it, it's a game of numbers actually. So when you're doing this business, at least you know that a minimum of 1 paint is what you are selling in a day. A minimum of 1 paint, which is 3 kg, is what you are selling in a day, and that will give you about 48 pieces. So if you do your calculation right and you sell this on a daily basis, once people know you, 1 paint won't even be enough for you anymore. You'll start to make 2 paints, which you will start to sell almost 200 pieces. Do you know how much that is? One of this is sold for about 300 naira. And if they know that what you are giving them is quality and it has a good taste, I mean, you're also using flavor, so you have to also consider your costing. So if they know what you are giving them is good, they will definitely patronize you. So you fry it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Drain out all the oil, the excess oil. Okay, and then check for anyone that is also ready to be removed, and then you remove it. So you have to keep stirring until you get everything evenly fried. So you just keep stirring so that everything will be evenly fried. And see how beautiful you can see how beautiful our egg roll looks. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start introducing the remaining. Okay, so as you take out one or two, you go ahead and introduce more of it. Okay, and then you drop it into your oil. Pick up another one again. You can drop it like this, but you have to be careful. Okay, remember I mentioned that once you drop it into your oil, you try to move it. It will float. Just try to move it. So I'm taking this out of the oil now because it's ready. Make sure you drain out the excess oil and then you put it on your sieve. This is ready now. Drain out the excess oil and put it on your sieve. So you can drop it. Okay, you can drop it with your hands. Just be careful. But I prefer to use this to drop it, okay? So I have the remaining 100 grams. This is about 110 grams, okay? And I mentioned to you that if you want to use this recipe for buns, you don't need to knead it this much, okay? Because if you knead it too much, it won't be crunchy, okay? So you really don't need to mold it. You can mold it if you want your buns to be smooth, but you don't need to mold it. Just cut it like this and drop it into your oil, okay? Cut it again. Just cut it. You can add some flour in your palm. And if you want it rocky, just cut it and drop it. Trust me, this egg roll will be the best you've ever made and you've ever tasted. It will not be enough. Everybody is going to ask for more. So this is all the egg rolls that we have now. I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the inside. This is everything we fried. You can see our rocky buns, what it looks like. Okay, it's perfectly fried and crunchy. Okay, and you can see our egg roll. See what our egg roll looks like. Okay, and see what our egg roll looks like. See our egg roll. It's perfectly fried and beautiful. So I have some egg rolls previously that I made. I made this one earlier, okay, and everybody finished it, okay, before I could even cut for anyone, okay. You can see my son already started eating this and I had to collect it from him. So what I'm going to do now is to just cut up. Let's cut one, okay. Let's cut it into two and reveal what it looks like on the inside, okay. So you can see the egg roll. It's perfectly fried and it looks so delicious and so yummy. You can see how beautiful this is. We just fried this. So this is all that we have. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me have a taste on your behalf, okay. This is so delicious and yummy. If you enjoyed watching, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.